In covering the rigid format of Saturday mornings, it's easy to compare like with like. 2 or 3 hosts in a studio, games and guests, that's the standard. But what if we went outside?
Good morning, Margam Country Park!
Airing on ITV between 86 and 88, Get Fresh was unusual, as Saturday morning television which escaped the confines of the studio to broadcast live from a different location every week. Poor Andy Peters has never felt the sun on his face. While Ghost Train would go on to do similar with a fun fair, Get Fresh's conceit was a spaceship called the Millennium Dustbin, flying the crew to Britain's beaches, parks and open-air museums. Although as we know, at least in choice of vehicle, Saturday Starship beat them to it by a couple of years. Theme music was by Mick Jones of The Clash, with a title sequence which leaned into popular sci-fi of the time, like Star Wars and Tron, and with lovely analogue futurism in the ship design itself.
Get fresh!
The second ever episode, from 10th of May 1986, puts them at Coney Beach Pleasure Park, Porth Call.
We've landed! Great! This is Get Fresh, this is Charlotte Hindle.
And this is Gaz Top.
And I'm Jan Samarco.
What a lineup! Gaz Top, surely on the Mount Rushmore of kids' TV, former roadie and Mr. Violet Berlin, and no matter what the Pat Sharp stands say, owner of the era's most spectacular hair. Charlotte Hindle's the daughter of Madge Hindle, who said, "Have you been, Walter?" on Nearest and Dearest. A one-woman NWO of Saturday mornings, she jumped to the BBC for the 8:15 to Manchester, before moving behind the camera to produce Songs of Praise. The odd man out is San Marco, lasting just one series, and while Hindle and Top get to be themselves, he seems to be playing his Adrian Mole character.
I hate swimming. Don't you? Hello. How are you?
All right, thank you.
Oh, yes, well, so you must be wrong. Ha ha! Never mind.
Taking place almost entirely outdoors lays everything in the hands of the British weather, but it doesn't put anyone off, and it's hard to breathe watching Gaz push his way through crowds like it's the Battle of the Bastards.
What a bunch of hooligans! Excuse me, you lads! What a shower! What a shower! It's a dreadful shower. Everybody wants to be on telly. What a shower! How are you doing, Aisha? How are you doing? Yo!
Can't tell if the old man doing crowd control's part of the crew, or just a random member of public. Get back, I tell you, you rabble. God, you just don't get faces like this anymore. Faces that have never seen a Betfair ad or heard of Stephen Mulhern. Lucky sods. When's the last time you saw a kid with a bandage on their eye? Not since Corbyn put his foot down. It feels more like a Children in Need than a Going Live, with the breakneck pace cutting between places, things and chats with regular folk.
Oh, yeah. Looks a bit dangerous to me. I'll see you later.
Who are you?
I'm Griff from the Hawking Centre.
And who's this, Griff?
This is Snorbits.
Snorbits! You're a magnificent animal!
See you in court. Yeah.
Okay, somebody else on there who's going to have a go. This chap here. Jump on. Are you married?
You married?
Compared to its peers, Get Fresh is pretty light on celebrities, with greater focus on the locals and viewers, like a little boy whose budgie plays snooker. Way better than interviewing a pop star, this.
He yesterday, he had him. He was up on our back lights all the time and nibbling the paper and then...
Weekly cartoon is the Centurions.
Remember, the 3 techno heroes battle against the evil Doc Terror. This week they're under the water, battling against the evil. Let's have a look at it.
Charlotte's flustered presenting style might be categorised as mildly disastrous, all at 6s and 7s, like this chat with the band Blancmange, which goes very well.
Yeah, because you're very keen on the Indian connection, aren't you? Well, you've got a company, haven't you, called West India Company?
Well, it's not a company, it's a group.
Oh, it's a group?
Yeah.
Go on. You're a pretty weird group, actually, because you like stupid names.
All four of us, yeah.
Four of you?
Yeah. And Stephen said, oh, let's call it Pint of Curry instead of Blancmange. And one time we were going to call ourselves the Bleak Industrial Cooling Towers as well.
Oh, God,
Nice
that's so
pretentious name.
disgusting.
Yeah.
If you had to put Get Fresh in one specific genre, it'd be talking to a posh old man about their weird hobby. Here, Adrian Mole learns about leeches.
This is Tom Jones. Now, he's made a special study of leeches, and he owns the only leech farm in the whole world, am I correct?
That's the first and only leech farm in the world, yes.
I see. And I suppose it would have a very small brain, yes?
On the contrary.
It's true, your average leech's Wordle streak goes back years.
Yes, recently we had an SOS for leeches from America, where a little boy called Guy Condelli had his ear bitten off by an Alsatian.
Oh.
The tax man when introducing you to Jeff Bezos.
This is the Amazon leech. Now, this has a substance which can
Oh no.
sort of get rid of clots that have already formed.
I see. Hey, you, what do you think of this, then?
It's alright.
Big scare as we almost see the end of Gaz Top.
Right, I'll get off it. Stop the machine. We'll let someone else have a go. All right, who fancies to go?
Still, if he had have gone, we wouldn't have had to sit through the joke section with Alan Stewart off Copycats.
I said, will that kill them? He said, no, but it'll stop you licking them.
Fun, Gabby, was he? Looks just like my teacher.
Even though they're out and about, some Saturday morning bits are sacred.
My cat called Bunny was very unusual on Wednesday the 30th April because she sat on a beanbag with a towel over her head at 7 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Dear Get Fresh, I have a collection of warts on my hand. P.S.
Yeah.
I also have 5 verrucas. Would you like to see them too?
Oh, ew.
And they've gone all in on the space theme with the address.
Count them, stick it on a postcard and pop it along to this address. Get Fresh, P.O. Box 1 million, that's 1 and 6 zeros.
Now, do you ever wonder what kids in other countries watch on TV?
Poco and Grande? Of course, you've got to have your own game show, and Get Fresh has Get Lost.
Get Lost Wales! Oh.
Hosted by the Vicious Boys, Andy Smart and Angelo Abella, who've certainly never seen Rick and Aid's Dangerous Brothers act.
Oh, and we help you a bit. We are the Vicious Boys. Hi!
I missed the day the only information anyone wanted was our name and what we liked.
Your name?
Julie Tyler, I'm 11 years old and I like reading.
Okay, helmet.
Michael Dudley, age 11 and I like computers.
Wouldn't be surprised to see this one in the next Squid Game.
Go! Go, go! Come on! Backwards! No!
Abella would go on to star in Ghost Train and direct Hollyoaks, while Smart died in 2023, and according to his wiki page, once saved Tim from the office from choking on some crisps.
You got that?
Break! Kid Jensen brings the pop news, chatting on the phone with Depeche Mode.
Fletch, how you feeling?
Well, at the moment, I'm totally annihilated.
And rumours are that Manhattan's The Beastie Boys may put in an appearance as well.
This week's big goss is about a Prince's Trust concert.
And so on, and the tickets for that are very expensive. I think $15.50 and $25.50.
Bit steep, eh?
I think so.
You fucking what? What's your nightmare dinner party?
Coming up on Fresh Out, John Lydon, Gary Glitter and Bob Geldof.
Oh, Glitter uses the video reviews to establish he's definitely attracted to grown adult women.
Now then, the Bell Stars.
They're so pretty, aren't they? Look at that. That looks like fun. I want to do some of that.
We used to be a proper country.
Now, you did say earlier on that you were going to turn someone into a goblin or something like that? Oh, good grief. Gary, me old mate, come and join us. Well, that is revolting.
There's a man with birds.
This is my hunting bird.
And why has it got a leather sack on its head?
It's not a sack, it's a hood.
Taste testing of rattlesnake and frog leg burgers.
Oh, lovely. It's disgusting, he says. Good. Any reactions, any other thoughts on it?
Just terrible.
Current affairs with Alistair Stewart.
Elections are funny things. If you're over 21 and not mad or a criminal, you can put yourself forward as a candidate.
And a bloke who found out he was meeting Gaz Top and knew he had to up his hair game.
Commander, you're the man to talk to.
That's right.
How you doing?
Fine, thanks. Yeah.
Tell me about these guys.
Classically weird Saturday morning telly. A mime eating fire with Adrian Mole in a fairground, while the theme from Boone blares out of a merry-go-round.
No, I wouldn't. There's no telling you.
Too much sock.
Say goodbye to Mole, as he's gone the following year, replaced by Gilbert the Alien. Like Roland Rat on TVAM, Gilbert would almost become bigger than the show, built by the Spitting Image team and operated by John Eccleston of various Saturday morning puppets. Gilbert was voiced by Phil Cornwell of Stella Street and Partridge, as one of those very 80s flicking between channels type characters, manically switching between voices and accents.
Calling you, hey you.
No, just a minute, you can't park here, you know.
Now, what kind of character do you want from your name?
Park here, you know, not here. No. All right, you guys, gather round. Brains, I want you to tell me the time. The little hand is on the one.
He'd become so popular, he'd land his own spin-off after the show ended, Gilbert's Fridge. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
We are here in the kingdom of our town of Yeovil.
A wildlife expert going on about snakes.
Some of them are very, very dangerous. But a snake like this isn't at all. It purely suffocates its prey to death.
Gaz with some cheese.
And I believe you're rather good on the subject of cheese.
Yes, well, I'm no expert, but I have been in the business for about 6 years.
Pfft, some expert. A brick like that on the left wouldn't survive Boxing Day tea, I tell ya. With the Vicious Boys moved on, new weekly game show is Get Mucky.
Get Mucky!
Yes, and it's time for this week's Get Mucky!
Years before Games Master did it, they pit two kids against each other on a computer game.
What do you like doing?
Playing the piano, swimming, reading and other sports.
What a lot!
If the nerds don't get enough points over 50 seconds of Star Glider, another kid gets a bucket of sawdust on their heads.
3, 2, 1, Get Mucky!
Oh, Mark's not scored any points yet.
In the third series, they played a modded version of Xenon on the Atari ST, where the main sprite was changed to the Millennium Dustbin. The 80s was a time there were more bands than people, and some of them had to contend with Gilbert's interviews.
Nah, I got them all the time, that's what I was.
Were you born with that?
Well, I wasn't actually born, was I? I just was, you know what I mean?
Right,
Get your head round that one. Look, I would like to say, I'd just like to get a word in here, please. I had to write to say I won't be home anymore. Oh.
Do you want a country and western name?
Oh.
Dolly.
Do you know, my name is Harry Palmer.
I know it's Phil Cornwell, and I know Gilbert's the one bit everyone loved, but I find it kind of exhausting now.
It's time for a break, I think. Most enjoyable music from Westworld, and of course the final of the Get Dressed competition. All later.
Competition time.
Now, will you read these with me?
Talking of beloved figures of 90s Britcom, we've also got a young Mark Heap as part of comedy juggling duo, the Two Marks.
So it obviously starts there, and then you do that bit there, and then you go, oh, like that.
Just an incredible 10 seconds of television here.
Good morning, Robert Gooden. And where are you from exactly, Robert?
I'm from Worldwide Butterflies in Luddingston Silk Farm, just between Yeovil and Sherborne.
Wonder if he's got an evil twin called Robert Baden.
And you keep silkworms?
Yes, we keep silkworms
so
and
this
butterflies.
isn't a badge, it's an actual worm.
It's an actual worm, a silkworm.
Carmen Price looking absolutely jacked trying out some windsurfing.
Get sweaty!
Gary Wilmot, Andrew O'Connor as a nerd character.
Hello, my name's Les Hope. You know, when I was at school, I wanted to be a brain surgeon.
And, whatever this is.
Hi, my name's Austin. Taste us your weekly ration of passion.
The show's a strange mix of the chart's trendiest bands and stuff like, how'd you do a thatched roof?
Oh, yes.
But I thought thatching was a thing of the past.
Not at all, no. It's a growing trade, really. We're in a very good situation from a business point of view at the moment.
Today's producers would have an aneurysm if you pitched 5 minutes on teaching young viewers how wool is made.
Now this bloke here, Simon, what are you doing?
I'm carding the wool.
Kiding.
Carding.
And we come over here to this bit, this lady over here. Strange walk. Good morning, Andrew.
Morning.
What's this then? A spinning wheel?
Yes.
From this to Fiona Armstrong's special report on football hooligans.
This week, one of the most vicious gangs of football hooligans ever seen in Britain was sent to jail. They were known as the Chelsea Headhunters. Their ringleader, a man called Terry Last, seen here on a police video.
Tonal shifts on Get Fresh be wild. Cheese tasting and silkworms. Then Nazi salutes.
But at weekends, he'd travel the country, organising the Headhunters to attack other football fans.
This is what you call a bubble car. How about, isn't that great?
The Headhunters attacked a busload of children and pensioners who'd come down from Manchester for the game.
Now we have a set here. What are your names?
Ian.
Ian?
They threw bricks, bottles and stones at the terrified passengers. Police said it was a miracle no one was killed.
What do young fans think should happen to hooligans?
And then when they say that, then when they promise that they won't do football hooliganism anymore, then they should be allowed to go in.
Get Fresh's final episode puts them at Margram Country Park in Wales. And I'm not too up on my hanky code. What's he into? Gaz Bottom more like? Gaz meets a very polite robot named Cyclone, co-created by the producer of Super Ted.
But you're going to do something incredible?
Yes, sir.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to jump over that thingamabob over there, sir.
Later he'll launch his bike over a big mud sculpture of Gilbert's ancestor some children have made.
He's going to go over around at 60 miles per hour. He's 8 foot. Yours a 12 foot and he's down.
When some random kid just brazenly rocks up like he works there.
But now, being congratulated by everyone here. Now it's time for the last news from Sue Carpenter with the ITN News Report.
Another cheery report it is too.
Britain alone pumps hundreds of millions of gallons of sewage into the North Sea every single day.
And that's just your dad's morning dump. Note that Gaz, dressed like Corey Feldman, has cut off that glorious hair. Will it have done a Samson on his presenting skills when talking to more posh old men?
It all kind of happened here, didn't it, in a way, or this area?
In this area, certainly, was the beginnings of photography, because William Henry Fox Talbot at Laycock Abbey invented the negative-positive process of photography.
The way they flit about, Get Fresh may contain the most random collection of segments of any Saturday morning show. A bearded man with a snake. A different bearded man with some newts. David Grant off Fame Academy.
David Grant, have you come across any Arab horses on your travels? Getting ready for September the 11th?
Yeah, in training. That's right, they're going to New York.
Do you know what to expect in New York?
No.
Listen, we've got to tell you what to expect in New York. Now then.
Fancy dress on a windy field is judged by Morris Minor and the Majors. And us 80s kids were a different breed. No internet, 4 channels. Them days you had nothing to do but think up ways to be weird.
Close, we've got another one here which is dedicated to you, and she said come as Camping Gaz. What's your name?
Donna.
Donna, that's brilliant. How many people do you know named after parts of a primer stove? That's me.
Fancy dress, or cosplay as you probably call it, was way better before everyone went as someone off a film or cartoon.
Fine, off you go. It's something we've mentioned on Get Fresh. But what on earth? Rusty, who's this?
This is Darren, and he's come as a muscle man. You remember you had Patch Roach on the other week?
Adrian Nosy Bonk Headley's here, and there's a competition to win a camera.
It was a winner, but this is the overall winner. It says, this picture was taken at my christening, but it looks like a very old baby.
Already a huge technical undertaking, they're fighting torrential rain, at one point the picture getting knocked off air, and when the sound goes down on Charlotte, the lads have to fill for a few minutes, which they do like this.
I was going to do in this bit, show you some of the entries we had for the autograph competition, but I think it would be entirely unfitting, and I'm hoping that Jermaine is ready to do it.
When power comes back, finally we get to see dancing horses.
Here's Tony Ellison, who runs the Oasis Park, here in Wales.
Unfortunately, Riida has been a little unwell this morning due to the conditions.
Sick animals are a bit of a theme on this show.
Now, this monkey has not been very well.
This eel pup is an orphan. This one's mother is dying.
When you lose your favourite poo.
But now, Gaz did say he was going to have a look in a bog. I hope he's found it.
Whoever uploaded this left the commercial breaks in.
Off the tube and on the bus. No messing around with change for us. The children go for 70p. It's just £2 for mums like me.
The two types of Britishness are captured in a single advert.
15p each with a soccer token from the Sun.
And no swaps. You only buy the stickers you need.
A Sun soccer book and stickers, 85p the lot at your newsagents from the Sun.
Plus the Sun's Royal Souvenir sticker album with 160 stickers from William the Conqueror to Princess Beatrice. Also at your newsagents now.
In a live link-up with Sri Lanka for Sport Aid, Gaz chats with a woman who reboots herself.
Good morning, how's Sri Lanka?
Good morning, and I brought you from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island in the Indian Ocean with...
Bless her. Talk to me, my love.
I want you from Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is an island in the Indian Ocean.
We're in that brief period when everyone realised the planet was dying, before they decided they'd not bothered doing anything about it. And what a beautiful 1980s ecology man look here.
Now, what relevance do rainforests have to our everyday life?
There's a celebrity cricket match to raise money for rainforests, with people like Damon off Brookie.
I'm not going in first. Bill Wyman's got the job.
Chance of a catch here. Morris Minor's underneath it, and he's caught it! A sensational catch!
When Bill Wyman heard there was a miner playing, he tried to marry them.
Get wise.
Gilbert definitely listens to music on the bus without his headphones.
Nice and clear.
Before we announce who the winner is,
Then
I don't know if we actually read. Good luck to the person who gets this, because we don't know if we read half of them. It's guaranteed we've got Bros, the Proclaimers.
And thus you get fresh.
One last word from us, I think, you guys. In fact, everybody, don't forget, get fresh!
What was it actually called, this programme?
Of all the Saturday morning shows I've looked at, this was probably the most enjoyable, thanks to breaking the format a little, turning focus from celebrities shilling their latest release to the one thing which improves any television: awkward interactions with the great British public.
Love it, love it.